Hi guys, my name's Corey. This is Money Isn't Hard, and I've got the 3 finance stories you need to know before you go into work tomorrow or start trading. Look, we're going to start off with Bitcoin. I know I've been talking about it a lot, but we have to cover this one. Then we're going to talk about the Supreme Court over here, Supreme Court and NCAA, and then we'll go into the Amazon trucks and why that looks like an interesting play for them. Now, let's jump right into it. We're going to start with Bitcoin. Like I said earlier, it's down to about $32,000. It hasn't hit that number since June 8th. I will say this. Bitcoin was at $64,000. It's down to $31,000 now, $31,760 now. That represents about a 50% drop. And I'm going to go into a chart in a second, but first let's take a look at this article. So Bitcoin sank to a 2-week low Monday, blah, blah, blah. Of course, we know that because China has intensified its crackdown on cryptocurrency mining. Now, this was not surprising. We knew this was going to happen, guys. I mean, we've seen it coming. China has said over and over that they're going to come after it. 90% of China's Bitcoin mining has been shut down. And I suspect that some of that will come back online, right? You're not going to see all of them just go offline and disappear forever. They're going to pop back up, once the coast is clear, so to say. But this is frightening because it shows that the Chinese miners have a lot of power in the Bitcoin market. Now, some people are saying, oh, China, why are they doing this? Doesn't make sense. China can't control Bitcoin, which is why they're shutting it down. It's also using a lot of power. Now, I know a lot of you are probably saying, what are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. It uses power. Okay. Well, read some articles about China and about how they're having some severe power outages. In fact, it's getting to the point where they're having blackouts because they don't have enough power. And if Bitcoin really does use the amount of power that people say it does, that might be a reason for it to drop. Now, let's jump into the chart because I want to show you this. Let's look at it. This is trading coin market cap. This is the trading view of their Bitcoin. I'm going to zoom this in because I think this is really important. So we look at this really nice chart. I actually really like how they made this chart. Bitcoin, Tether US. I mean, it's actually relatively pretty good, right? So right now we're ticking around 32,134, down 9% for the day. Let's look at this. All right, so let me get this ruler out. And let's go up here. This is the top of the market. $64,854 was the high for April 14th, 21. That is a huge number. I feel bad for whatever sucker purchased this at the height. So let's put our starting point there and let's slowly start going down to today. And you know what? We're going to do everyone a courtesy and we're just going to put it at the mid. This means that Bitcoin in April, May, June, in 60 days, guys, dropped 49.87%. And you wonder why I don't recommend investing in Bitcoin if you're just getting into investing. Investing in Bitcoin is a high risk situation. And for all these people out there on social media that are saying, go invest in Bitcoin, you're going to become a millionaire overnight. Some people may have become millionaires, but there are hundreds of thousands of people that watch this chart, right? They bought Escape. They bought when it was here. Let me get the ruler again. Bought when it was here. They saw it go up and up, and the people on TikTok are like, I'm up 27%. And people start buying, and I'm up 30%. I'm up Woo, let's go. And you know what? They're now getting told, oh, just hold. Just hold it. Yeah, it's all right. It'll go back up. Down here, and it started going back up. And you know what? The majority of them probably did not sell when the risk got to a level that said, okay, it's okay to sell it and take a 10% loss. And instead, now they're down here where they've probably lost half of their money on it. Don't, please, and for the love of God, don't take a loan out to buy Bitcoin just because it's at this number or just because it's gone down. Oh, it'll go back up. There's nothing saying that it will go back up. In fact, a lot of people think that this is going to keep going down and that we're going to be testing key resistance points. This goes under $30,000. I got bad feelings. I got really bad feelings if this goes under 30. I don't see resistance, and I think there's going to be severe trouble on the horizon for not just Bitcoin, but the entire cryptocurrency market. Now let's move gears into the NCAA with the Supreme Court. Now, as a lot of you guys know, there's been this court battle going on for years now. Just now got to the Supreme Court a few months back. They did hearings on it. They heard the lawyers talk, and they ruled a 9-0 decision saying that they agree with the lower court rulings, which means that the NCAA cannot restrict payments to athletes for anything. Compensation for internships, musical instruments, a lot of stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens because this lawsuit does not actually say that the NCAA can't make rules that they can't get paid to play or do endorsement deals, etc. Now, what I like is, let's read this. This is Neil Gorsuch. He wrote, put simply, this suit involves admitted horizontal price fixing in a market where the defendants exercise monopoly control. There you go. That's it. It's a monopoly, guys. That's what it is. NCAA is a monopoly. They've punished students for long enough, and that's just how it is. Now, if we keep scrolling down, there was something else I read. The NCAA is not above the law, and that the NCAA's business model, this is Brett Kavanaugh, by the way, the NCAA's business model would be flatly illegal in almost any other industry in America. Everyone agrees that the NCAA can require student athletes to be enrolled students in good standing, but the NCAA's business model of using unpaid student athletes to generate billions of dollars in revenue for colleges raises serious questions under the antitrust laws, Kavanaugh wrote. Now, let's face it, the top 11 schools, 12 schools, they make a ton of money, but there are thousands of schools where they lose money on sports. So look, they're subsidizing it with fees, with the students' tuition, etc. Sports cost a lot of money, but they also make a ton. I have a feeling that in the next year or so, you're going to see another lawsuit brought up, and it's going to be one when the NCAA says you're not allowed to do endorsements. And you're going to see it go through the same levels. And I have a feeling, based on this opinion, or I'm sorry, this is CNBC's article, but if you read the opinion and listen to the oral arguments, which I did today, I have a feeling that this entire Supreme Court will rule that the NCAA has no business in making rules to limit how much money a student can make. Now, on to our last article, and I apologize, this is going to be a little bit longer of an episode. Typically, I try to keep this under 10 minutes. Not today. Amazon, one of Amazon's largest expenses is logistics, and we all know that. Amazon is a logistics king. They've identified how to lower the cost to get things to your front door. And there's one thing that costs them a lot of money, and that's the truck, guys. That is the truck transporting those goods from the warehouse to the postal department or to the local distribution hub, etc., etc., or from warehouse to warehouse. They're looking at self-driving trucks, right? If you can reduce the amount of people you need driving trucks, then you lower your cost quite a bit. In fact, I would gander to say that wages, when it comes to their logistics arm, makes up a majority, if not maybe 30 to 50% of what they're spending every year is when it comes to trucking. Is labor. So if they can cut that number, they will drive their trucking costs down, especially if they can get electric vehicles. Now you've got, a business model where you're using less labor, you're going with efficiency and a platform that can drive 1,000,000 miles plus. So it's going to be interesting to see what Amazon does with this. They're looking at an option to buy a stake of as much as 20%. The same thing that they did with aircraft. They leased a bunch of aircraft with the right to buy 20% of the company that they started off with. I believe it was Atlas Air that they own a portion of now. Now, this company, they're valued at $3.3 billion. They have $500 million that is being added into it. Sequoia Capital backed. Thing is, it's in China. Not sure how that's going to go. Company raised $150 million from a PIPE. PIPE is private investment in public equity. I'll do a video on that. So it's going to be interesting. It's founded by a group of Stanford classmates, backed by investors, Shanghai, GSR Ventures, and a Chinese long-haul company known as Full Truck Alliance. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes, since a lot of the investors seem to be in China. We've seen some other things with aviation, etc., where it's presented some challenges. Anyhow, money isn't hard. I hope you guys are having a great day. And please remember, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Remember, money isn't hard. Appreciate you guys.